Greetings and salutations. Welcome back. So today is not so much of a forging as it is a fabrication. So I've been working on some sword pieces, video to come later, and I have been trying to file pieces of them. And unfortunately, I've been filing on this. Not terribly easy. I've also did some shaping on this, but as the whole thing is kind of rickety, I think it's finally time to get this ready to go. It's been sitting around in the shop for a while. I purchased it well over a year ago, and it's finally time to get this leg vise set up. And in that, how about this? This is from Uncle Buck's Forge. He makes stuff off of Etsy. I'll put the links down below. And I purchased this and a guillotine tool from him, and an anvil stand. Not an anvil stand, but a hammer stand. So you're gonna watch me put those together. I don't know if the guillotine tool and the hammer stand will be a separate video or if they will be tied together. I am going to be modifying his guillotine tool quite a bit. So that one may be its own little video because I am not going to be using it the way it was designed. I am redesigning it because I don't have a plasma cutter and the pieces are already plasma cut out. So there's that. Alright, so here what I have done is I've gone ahead and taken the plate and I have matched where the holes are going to go for the plate, and then I have center punched those because this is going to get screwed to the plate, but it's going to get screwed to the plate after the fact. So you can do this a couple of two ways. You can choose to weld this onto your stand and then screw the holes and then drill the holes, the screw holes. Or what I'm going to do is, because my vise has a particular placement, I am going to drill the holes and then I'm going to weld it onto the plate. I can weld it all the way up to basically right here and dead center, and I'll be fine. And I happen to know, because this is going into my drum, that this is not going to be on center. It's actually going to be welded further back. All right, so let's go ahead and get drilling. First, I'm going to double check to make sure that statement's true. So you may have noticed that the drill bit changed in that briefest of cut there. I actually told you guys to check to make sure your holes are in the proper place before you drilled it, and I decided that that was actually really good advice, and I would go do so. And I realized that the way that this thing has to be set up, the bar is actually going to be sitting right underneath this, right here, so that means that that hole won't necessarily work, and if I want that hole, I have to actually tap this plate. Now this plate, as you can tell, is about 1/2 inch thick. So, I mean, let's actually see exactly how it is. I mean, on his site, on his little Etsy page, he'll actually tell you how thick it is, I believe. It's 1 centimeter thick. 1 centimeter, a little bit less than 1/2. That would be 3/8. It's 3/8 inch thick. So at 3/8, I figured that's more than enough to actually tap. So what I bought was, I went and bought 1/2 inch by 13 bolts, so 1 inch long. All right, and what those will do is those will allow me to go through the top plate and literally screw into this. So the bolts will actually be flush against the bottom, no nut at all. Which means that that bolt will actually work, and the rest of them I figured, hey, I'm doing 1, I might as well do 4. So that's what we're doing. So let's go ahead and get started, although. All right. All right, welcome to the first official hole I have ever tapped on camera. Hopefully I don't screw it up. All right, apparently we need more clamps. All right, so I don't think this is gonna work without more stuff. When in doubt, get a bigger bar. See if we can switch back to the smaller one. I think it's all done now. Yeah. Now for the moment of truth. And there we have it. It is attached. So I haven't obviously screwed the bolts down all the way. I'm mostly just checking to see if they actually fit their holes with this on there, and then I can crank them down. But if you'll notice, on here, they're all nice. And we still need to do the bottom, because there's still some ragged holes. But 5 bolts, all ready to go. Now, we get to weld on the base. And these are to keep them locked. They're lock washers. So, all right. We're now going to grind the edges on that. And then down here, we are going to, sorry, this is gonna mock up. We're going to clean this off right around here. A nice clean spot for the weld. All right. PPE. Now, we're going to go ahead and place it. Okay. It's about where I want it. This is a square that I bought from Fireball Tools. You've probably seen them. Oh, crap. You've probably seen them a lot on many people's channels because they're damn useful. No, it's not a sponsorship. I done paid for it. I have more of them. Except, ain't cheap. I am poor. So now that that's on there, and as my floor may not be square, and the whole idea of this thing is to be able to move it around, so getting it square to the floor, and I know my floor is not square, it's got a 3% grade, so yeah, that's the best way I can think of to make sure that that is done. So I'm going to weld around that. I will not be filming that because it can kill the camera, and then I'm going to fill this thing up with sand. Alright, it is welded in there. It is now filled with sand. Now comes the next stage, which is mounting the vise. Alright, So the vise is going to go in there like that. But we need to mount everything up. So first things first, we're going to do this. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to do this before this plate is welded on. And the reason for that is because if I don't, then it could be in the wrong place. And while this thing is adjustable, it's not crazy adjustable. Ow. Okay, and on to the welding. And there we have a finished stand. Obviously it has sound deadening because well, the sand in there as it is without the vise. It's pretty light, pretty easy to move around, but let's go ahead and put the vise back on there. So, first things first, gotta get the spring on. And you have that, and the wedge. All right. It wobbles, but not nearly as much. And I may use that. All right, and nice little hammer stand. So this vise stand has been brought to you by me. But if you want to buy one, I can't remember how much I paid for it, but Uncle, ouch, that's still a lot hot. Stupidity. Don't touch things that are hot. Uncle Buck's Forge, and I think it's around 40 bucks. It's well worth it. Pre-laser cut, I did not do anything to it. I basically, it's other than drill holes, but that's it. So, yeah. Hope you liked it. Like, share, subscribe. Lots of stuff in the pipeline, including the finishing of the forge. I needed to finish this for a project, so I did. And then tool making, and then sword making, and then lots of stuff. All right. Thank you for watching.